Have you ever written a love letter? You ever had a love letter? Apart from the one you said to Philip Schofield earlier, that was quite something.
Well, actually, when I was younger, because when I met Shane, I was very young. I was 21, he was 22, and just after we met, I had to go off to tour in Russia, like you do, for 6 weeks.
Was that with the Nolans?
It was. Huge in Russia, Andrew. Some people wish we'd have stayed. Anyway, so do you know what I did? I wrote him a letter every single day I was away.
What did he write back?
No. Well, no, because we were touring, so we were in different places all the time, so we weren't in one set place. So
and were they real love letters? Did
yeah,
you talk
and just talking about everything I'd done that day and how much I was missing him and all of that. And yeah, it was. I did. I loved writing letters. Actually,
I guess you do that more when you're away, because we sort of associate the traditional love letter with the days of war, don't we? When people went away to war, and I think a lot of the time that he was writing to her, he was away on presidential duties and she was. But I mean, they were really. Well, you know, you're in love when you're wearing matching cardies, don't you? But I think it's quite a weird style that he had, because he writes in the third person. So he writes about Mr. Reagan as if he isn't, you know, so it's dear Mrs. Reagan, love Mr. Reagan, and Mr. Reagan would like to say this.
In some of them, yeah, it was like that. I've got a little one here that he wrote, Dear Wife, in case there was any confusion as to who it was from.
I love that.
This is lovely, though. We are so much one that you are as vital to me as my own heart. Whatever I treasure and enjoy, this home, our ranch, the sight of the sea, all would be without meaning if I didn't have you. I live in a permanent Christmas because God gave me you.
I have to say... Oh, no, do you think we'll continue this conversation? You know how weak Colleen can go?
Isn't that gorgeous?
I'm almost worried to tell you what I'm going to say next.
What?
That Mark writes me letters like that. And when we first... He doesn't do it in letters so much, he does it in cards. I know, I'm worried. But cards, like, every day when we first get them, he still does. But, you know, the other thing he does, he writes them to the girls. You know, we've got four girls. And he writes really loving cards and letters to them if we go somewhere, because he wants them to get used to that, and because it's an age where everything's done by text and Twitter and Grindr or Rinder or whatever it's called.
I don't know. What's it called?
Tinder.
Yeah.
Grinder's the gay one.
Grindr and Rinder.
Move on. So he does that to girls so that the girls expect that too, and he's hugely romantic. Always sent me beautiful letters. He made me this amazing poem in a film using paintings that I liked and photos of us and music, and then he reading from absolutely beautiful paintings he's done for me.
Do you look at it all the time?
I'm going to be honest, especially because I know he's not home. I get really intimidated by it. Because if you're not a naturally romantic person, though that's lovely, it's also really scary, because I think, well, I can't do it as well. I don't know how to do it back.
Well, maybe he's not expecting you to do that because you love someone. You don't do it thinking you better send me that letter back.
No, I know, but it's like a love thing. It's like you've then...
It's like a love thing.
I've got to do the same amount. No, but I love him, but I'm not very good. I mean, I cook him a lovely meal.
There you go.
You know, I'll clear up his pants, but I can't...
It doesn't get more loving than that.
Yeah.
Gary's quite good at sending me little cards, but there's always a bit of humour. That's our thing. That if it was deeply sincere, like Ronald and Nancy, I think I'd be a bit, ooh, it's not what he's like, because he'll always he'll say lovely things like, you know, you're really strong and independent, and I really admire you for that. And then right at the very end, it'll put, P.S. Where's my dinner, you lazy cow? Or something like that. You know.
Yeah, that's
like
very
a little...
romantic.
Has he ever done a big sort of romantic gesture for you, or something
he has,
that you took as a...
Yeah, he bought me this book once, which was called Women... It was like a coffee table book, and it was called Women Who Changed the World. And it was all like Mother Teresa and Princess Diana, and I sort of said, oh, that's lovely, thanks very much, had a little flick and put it down. And he went, well, keep flicking. And then I flicked, and he'd actually had it. He'd found a publisher to print the font, and he'd had me inserted into the book at the back and had it all hand-stitched.
So it looked like you were part of the book.
So it looked like I was part of the book.
Lovely.
What do you get, Colleen?
Well, there's no chance of Ray inserting me into the ground.
Ray. Do you know what? We're going to have to sort Ray out for
I know.
Colleen somehow.
But do you know what the best thing of all is, very quickly, a compilation tape. Do you remember those when you were young? Someone did you a mixtape, yeah, of all the songs, yeah, great.
Oh, never
That
got
is
one.
very nice. I got a post-it note once. That was nice.
Yeah. And I'd subscribe if I were you. It's totally free and it means you'll be kept up to date with new videos and exclusive YouTube content.
But me and PE was a nightmare. I'd be hanging on the bottom of that rope. Absolutely sure there was no way I was going to be able to. And then I'd be looking at the horse and thinking, there's no way I'm going to get